Jimmy G, oh my gosh, 2021. It might have been his last year in San Francisco. I think everybody knows, including the team and Jimmy himself. And yeah, I mean, this could be a bummer because I do and will miss him in San Francisco. It was a lot of fun. Big roller coaster ride from 2017 all the way until now. By the way, hey yo, y'all, it is Brian here. Wanted to switch it up a little bit for this intro because I just want to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo and his whole time in San Francisco and potential trade partners, places to go in terms of a winning culture or somebody that just needs a quarterback in order to win football games. It's going to be exciting one to talk about. So dedicated to all for Jimmy. I've been a big fan of him, big supporter of him publicly for the past few years, ever since he's been in San Francisco. I know a lot of people would attack him and do say bad things about him in terms of his playing ability, but I enjoyed him in San Francisco big time. Should he make bigger plays? Yeah, probably the one against Emmanuel Sanders in the Super Bowl, other plays in the championship game, the last interception, his last pass as a 49er, if this is indeed his last pass in San Francisco. Hey, a miracle can happen, and they think Trey Lance is not ready, and they'll just pay the $20+ million and pay Jimmy Garoppolo, or he'll take a pay cut a little bit to be the starter for the 49ers. Anything can happen, but I'm assuming that he won't be with us in San Francisco in 2022, but still, anything can happen in football. But anyways, I remember like it was yesterday when he got traded to the 49ers from New England for a second-round pick. I mean, there was a lot of controversy back then because Belichick wanted Jimmy G to be the starter after Tom Brady. He was really to move on from him, but Daddy Crap said no, and that's where he went to. Went to Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch for a second-round pick, and I think it went really well for the most part. I think the 49ers, they got great value for a second-round pick for a quarterback, and the big contract, was he worth it? Yes and no. I would say yes. I mean, they made it to the Super Bowl. They made it to the NFC Championship game. Was it all him? Definitely not. He had a great running game. Raheem Mostert, Elijah Mitchell for these two big runs. He had a great defense led by Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans. Their coaching prowess along with their assistant coaches and players. I mean, it wasn't all Jimmy, but I think he made a lot of difference in a lot of games. And I could go back whenever he gets traded, talking about the best games, my favorite games as him as the starting quarterback for the 49ers. A lot of great memories, really a lot of great memories. I'm just going to cherish every moment and every time he did play for the 49ers whenever he was healthy. I enjoyed pretty much most of it except the interceptions and weird stuff that he would usually do in every typical game. But for the most part, very positive things to say about him, and I'm going to miss him big time. I think a lot of players and even Kyle Shanahan would miss him a little bit because he has the biggest winning record with Jimmy as his starter. So we'll see if Trey Lance can live up to that. We'll see if he can win a couple of games, big games, Super Bowls potentially. I mean, they gave up the farm in order to get Trey Lance in the first place. So the expectation's really high for him, and to lose a big guy like Jimmy G, you got to play really well if you're Trey Lance. And they traded up for him because, one, Jimmy couldn't stay healthy. Two, he could make plays that Jimmy probably wish he could make in terms of the deep pass and all those great plays like that. So hopefully he can in the next year or two, but we'll see then. What else to talk about? What else to talk about? Our Mr. Baby boy Jimmy Garoppolo. You trade partners, if the 49ers are going to trade him, which I'm assuming they will. Top teams, I would say, it's either Pittsburgh, Indianapolis. I know that's kind of a weird one right there, and Tampa Bay. I mean, those are three great teams that I believe that Jimmy G is looking for in terms of a winning culture, winning team, a team that's ready to make a championship run, that needs a quarterback in order to get over the hump. These three teams, they're eligible to be the part of the Jimmy G sweepstakes. You can talk about other teams like the New Orleans Saints. I would have loved that choice right there, but at the same time, they're in salary cap hell right now. They cannot even do anything right now. Drew Brees is gone. Alvin Kamara, he got himself in hot water during the Pro Bowl. Of all places, the Pro Bowl to get in hot water. So I don't think the Saints are an option right there. I would say my hometown team, the Carolina Panthers, but I think that's not really the best team to go for him right now, for both him and the team, because the Panthers, they're still going to have a lot of issues with besides the quarterback position. Whatever quarterback they put in that situation, minus Tom Brady, everybody's going to be struggling with that offensive line, and that's really the big issue right there in Carolina. And plus, they already gave up a second and fifth round pick for Sam Darnold. I don't think they want to trade up draft picks in order to get him in the first place. I think that would have been an awesome choice. The Washington football team, or Commanders, whatever you want to call them, they could be another option too. But I don't know. That's not really a winning culture there. As much as I love Ron Rivera and his time in Carolina, I don't know. There's just a lot of trouble there, I would say, in Washington. So talking about the Steelers, the Bucks, and the Colts individually, the Steelers, I mean, they have a match made in heaven, to be honest with you. They have a similar style with the 49ers, great defense, great running game with Najee Harris now emerging as a great running back, great receivers for the most part. Offensive line, a little bit more work, but if they can address it in the draft, then that'd be a big difference maker right there. The Steelers, they're not really known to make these kinds of trades or anything like that. They're more old school, get the draft, develop players and sign them to big contracts later on. They don't really get out the free agents or any big trades like this. This could be an opportunity for them to try something new for once. Big Ben's not there anymore. They don't have a quarterback. I mean, do they want to go with Mason Rudolph or Dwayne Haskins? Those are awesome choices for them, right? But if I'm looking at it, that could be a great option there. The Indianapolis Colts, that's another great option. I mean, it's very similar to the 49ers. He can reunite with his boy, DeForest Buckner. I still miss you, man. But looking at their team as well, they have an underrated defense. They have a great offensive line, one of the best in the NFL, I would say. I would say even better than the 49ers, if you can make a case for that. They have Jonathan Taylor, one of the great running backs in the NFL, my fantasy football MVP, man. They have some great targets as well on the receiver spot / tight end. I mean, that's a match made in heaven as well. Frank Reich is a great offensive mind, and the Carson Wentz, he didn't really get the job done, unfortunately. I know he had some great stats, but it's kind of like empty calorie stats, to be honest with you, because they should have made the playoffs in his first year. I know the Colts, they're trying to find their damage to get rid of him because, I mean, to have a team like that, to have a great running game, one of the best, I would say, to have a defense that could lead you to a championship and not make the playoffs and lose to Jacksonville the way they lost in Week 18, they're looking to move on from him. But they might have no choice if they don't have any other quarterback options because everybody else is either the draft is not really great or there's not really any great free agent quarterbacks to look forward to, so they might have to be stuck with him. But if they can make a trade for Jimmy, that would be a good option for them if they choose to do so. And Jimmy's a proven winner. He can be clutch at times. I think on a good day, he could be better than Carson Wentz. I know Carson has more talent, but the same problem with Jimmy. He's even worse. He can't even stay healthy at all, and he chokes at the biggest time. And, you know, I'm not a big Carson Wentz fan, to be honest with you. Although he's beaten us twice for the past 2 years, which is really unusual, but still to the point. But Jimmy, I think that could be a good choice for him in Indianapolis. That would be great to see him traded there. Also, the Steelers and the Colts, the pearls of them, they're in the AFC. You don't have to worry about them anytime soon unless they make it to the Super Bowl. There you have it right there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this is the one I could see, but I don't know. Do they want to trade him in the NFC? And also, I think they have to play Tampa anyways this upcoming season. The Bucs, they have some good stuff going on. They have great receivers, offensive line. Defense is a little bit suspect, but manageable if you can make it manageable. The quarterback position with Tom Brady retiring, I mean, are they going to go with Kyle Trask? That's really the big question right there. I don't think so. But 49ers, if they can get some trade compensation for the Buccaneers, that would be great. But I don't really see this one coming. But in terms of fit and the winning culture, yes, you can put it right here. The Bucs before Brady, they were absolute losers. They were going absolutely nowhere. But when Brady went there, they won the Super Bowl in his first year. They made it to the divisional round last year in 2021. A great opportunity for him to go to another winning culture, and that's why I was looking forward for the top 3 teams in order for him to have a successful career after San Francisco. I don't want him to go to a bad team. I don't want the 49ers to shank him and go to like the Houston Texans or something like that, because that's a dumpster fire right there. Or he could go to Miami, but you know, I know Tua's there. I know Mike McDaniel he could reunite with him, but is Tua the answer for the Dolphins? I don't know. I still want to root for him. I'm not going to be writing him off completely. I know a lot of people just already gave up on him, but maybe with Mike McDaniel as an offensive coach, that could really help him big time, and we'll see where that leads us to. But yeah, the Colts, Steelers, Buccaneers, I would say those are the top 3 teams that he could go to if the 49ers want to, I guess, accept his wishes, which means he'll go to a winning team and they'll be ready to win as soon as possible. The perfect options right there. I don't want him to go to a rebuilding team, as I said, like the Texans or any bad teams like that, because that'll make me sad, to be honest with you, because I have a soft spot for Jimmy, and wherever he goes, I wish him best of luck. The only time I don't wish him winning is when we play him, if we ever play him in the next few years. So we'll see where that leads us to. But yep, that's pretty much it, you guys. Jimmy, I'm going to miss the hell out of you, man, in San Francisco if you're ever watching this. And thank you for all the good memories. Thank you for all the great games, everything you've done for the 49ers. I know the players are going to be missing you. You know, it's a little bit sad, to be honest with you. I kind of want to cry a little bit, not going to lie. But I'm going to keep my composure right here and give all the love and appreciation for what he's done in San Francisco and turning this franchise, this culture around from losers to winners, because I think he has a big part of it. Without Jimmy, before Jimmy, they couldn't win for a lick. Kyle Shanahan had a big losing record. He was on a hot seat, I'm pretty sure, back in those days. But when Jimmy came alive and well, and when he was healthy, they were winners. And that's all I can remember him in San Francisco, is to get that winning culture. And you see the culture moving along around the NFL. You see Robert Saleh last year going to the New York Jets, Mike McDaniel getting a head coaching job this year in Miami. The wings are flying around for Shanahan. We talk about Sean McVay's coaching tree. Let's look at Kyle Shanahan. It's growing really fast, and I'm assuming next year, maybe Anthony Lynn, if he does a great job, he can get another opportunity. DeMeco Ryans, he can get another opportunity as a head coach, or I should say one opportunity because he hasn't been a head coach yet in the NFL. I'm excited. I'm excited for the 49ers, and I got to thank Jimmy for that. Not all on him, but at the same time, it feels like when he came to the 49ers, we have a sense of excitement and optimism, and I think we got the optimism definitely. I wish we would have won the Super Bowl, but hey, it is what it is. You got to move on from those Super Bowl losses and NFC Championship losses. I'm still happy for Jimmy and the 49ers and what they've done ever since Kyle Shanahan has come to town in San Francisco. Also, John Lynch. Thank you guys so much for listening to this. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of a radio style, podcast style video, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I'll try to catch you guys up Thursday or Friday. Tomorrow I'm going to be uploading my podcast part 2 about middle school with my boy Aaron Lewis. If you guys want to check that out, I'll have a link, everything like that tomorrow on a Wednesday. And yeah, you guys have a good one. You guys have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day. Bye guys. Love you as always.